is not technically wrong.
So there you go.
No, but okay, but...
Sir, a plane is a plane. Are you implying that a plane's not a plane? Because a plane is a plane.
I mean, that's just such a vague general
A
statement.
plane is a plane.
Okay.
Hey guys, Dennis Mockin here. Thanks for hanging out. Today we're going to be reacting to another pitch meeting from Screen Rant. This is Wonder Woman 1984, and I was wondering when they were going to be doing this one, but considering last week was for Christmas, I can certainly understand why it wasn't there. Now we can finally sink our teeth into this one, and for those of you who have seen this, you probably know that this is going to be a bit of a wild ride with all that happened in this movie. I'm going to try to chime in where I can, maybe see if there was certain points that he didn't pick up on that I did. And needless to say, this is going to be full of spoilers, so if you haven't seen this already, I highly recommend you go watch the movie now. Or if you don't mind spoilers and you already know what happened, then you're fine there as well. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, please go over and support Screen Rant's channel, along with Ryan George's. I'll leave a link to their channels, along with a link to the original video in the description. And if you enjoy wasting your day, mean a word to me if you get that like button, some love, and subscribe for more daily reactions. Without any further ado, thank you. Here we go.
So, you have a Wonder Woman sequel for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So we're going to start the movie with Diana as a kid back in Themyscira.
Okay, and what's she up to?
Well, she's competing in the Amazon version of that TV show Wipeout, and she tries to use a shortcut to win and learns that cheating is wrong.
Sure, okay, that's a nice quick message to start the movie off.
It's going to take a full 11 minutes.
Oh, my God.
So then we're going to jump forward to the 1980s, which is when this movie takes place.
Okay, so like 30, 40 years ago?
Oh, I don't enjoy that that's a true thing. So anyway, Diana is still super...
Me either. That hit me right here.
heartbroken about Steve Trevor dying in the first movie. He's all she can think about.
Really? After all that time?
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta understand, this was a really good guy she knew for a couple of days 7 decades ago.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So anyway, Diana's working in Washington, D.C. at the Smithsonian, and she has a new co-worker named Barbara.
And what's her deal?
Oh, well, she's a frickin' nerd, sir. She can't even walk in heels.
Oh, embarrassing, disgusting, and pathetic. I bet nobody likes her.
Yeah, and so there's this
That's terrible, man!
artifact called the Dream Stone, and that's what this movie's gonna focus on.
Oh, what's this thing do?
Oh, this thing's freaking nuts. It grants wishes, but it takes something in return.
A very magical stone.
Yeah, and this phony business guy, Max Lord, he gets his hand on it, and he wishes to become the Dream Stone.
Oh, so he turns to stone?
You would think so, the way that was phrased, but no, now he can grant people's wishes when they touch him, and he can take something in return.
And do Barbara and Diana get
So he basically gets the powers of the stone. Totally makes sense.
wishes in before he does that?
They do. Barbara wishes to be more like Diana, so she gets some nice clothes and some super strength, and now she can walk in heels.
Now that's impressive, am I right?
Yeah, she's not pathetic anymore. Also, she removes her glasses, which, as you know, makes people automatically more attractive.
That's just...
Yay? Nay? Okay. Before? After? Okay, apparently it works in this movie, but it doesn't work for me.
Just good character development is what that is.
And so Diana's gonna wish for Steve Trevor to come back to life, and this way we could get Chris Pine back in the movie.
Oh, people like Chris Pine, so what, does he just appear out of thin air?
Actually, no, his consciousness goes into this random guy's body, so everybody sees this random guy, but we see Chris Pine.
So, okay, is this because the stone can't make things just magically show up?
No, it absolutely can. A giant wall's gonna appear out of nowhere, so are some nukes. I mean, the thing is magic.
So why are we doing this weird body control thing with Steve?
I don't know.
What happens to this guy's consciousness while Steve's controlling
Right?
his body?
Who's to say?
You are.
Yeah.
What if this guy has a job and a family he has to get to? Oh, God, the implications are insane. Where is his consciousness? Is he dead?
Oh, well, here's the thing, sir. I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about this body control thing. Get off of it.
Oh, that felt
Yeah, no explanation about it whatsoever.
vaguely threatening, so I'm gonna get off your back about that.
Great, and so then Steve and Diana, obviously, they get intimate because, you know, they love each other.
They do that using a stranger's body. That's got to be crossing a line. That's not okay.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have them do it anyway, and I find it strange that you immediately got back on my back about that.
I mean, it's actually a really easy fix. Just have Steve Trevor show up as himself.
no. So then that Max...
I'm sorry. That was... okay, all right. I promise I'm good. Okay, breathe. Okay,
Lord guy makes himself super rich, and he goes to Egypt to take some guy's oil and make himself even richer.
Okay.
So Steve and Diana, they gotta get over there, you know?
How are they going to do that?
Well, the thing is, they can't just take a commercial flight, because Steve doesn't have a passport.
Well, I mean, the guy he's possessing probably has one.
Yeah, well, they don't check for that. They head to the Smithsonian and steal one of the jets from over there.
They have operational jets at the museum?
They do, yeah. Fully fueled jets just lying around, so they take one of those, because Steve was a pilot.
Right, okay, he was a pilot in World War I. Those are different planes.
Well, I mean, a plane is a plane.
That's, I mean, okay, yeah, that
No.
sentence is not technically wrong.
So there you go.
No, but, okay, but...
Sir, a plane is a plane. Are you implying that a plane's not a plane? Because a plane is a plane.
I mean, that's just such a vague general
A
statement.
plane is a plane.
Okay.
So then they're being chased because of the jet theft, and so Wonder Woman goes ahead and makes it invisible, and that's how she gets her invisible jet.
What? How?
Well, it turns out that's a thing she can do, so she does the thing that she can do.
Wow, well, thank God she has that ability we never once mentioned or referenced.
Yeah, works out great, so they go to Egypt, and they have a big chase scene with Max Lord.
Oh, very exciting.
But he frickin' gets away, and he goes around causing a bunch more chaos. Then he goes to see the President of the United States.
What for?
Well, he gets the President to wish for more nukes, and then he sees this technology just lying around in the Oval Office, and it's exactly what he needs.
What do you mean?
Well, it's this device that lets him take over everybody's screen around the world, so technically through, like, satellite waves, he is, you know, he's touching them.
How?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, I won't.
So then there's
Sure.
going to be this fight in the White House, and Barbara, she's turning evil, so she gets in on that too.
Okay.
And Steve manages to grab Max Lord.
Oh, and so he wishes for everything to go back to normal?
Oh, yeah, no, that would have been smart. Instead, he pushes him around a bit.
Also a decent strategy.
Yeah, so then Max Lord escapes, then he heads off to the satellite island to do his broadcast.
Wow, 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 wow.
And Steve
Wow.
and Diana find out that everybody needs to renounce their wishes or else civilization's gonna end. So they have this big emotional goodbye.
Oh, very sad.
Very sad, but then she starts to fly and lasso some lightning bolts, so that's pretty cool. That's not bad.
Oh, sure, yeah, that may as well happen.
So then Diana's gonna have to fight Barbara, who, by the way, is a cat now.
What?
Yeah, she's a cat now. She's part
Sure.
cheetah.
What are you talking about?
Well, see, Max Lord was like, hey, anything else you want? And she's like, yes, actually, I would like to be an apex predator, please.
Oh, so she could have just as easily been turned into a killer whale.
Yeah, I guess there was a chance she could have turned into a, orca whale, but that would have made for a less interesting fight scene.
Oh, I wholeheartedly disagree.
Anyway, so then we're gonna have a barely visible fight scene, and Barbara's gonna get electrocuted.
Oh, so she dies?
Well, no, she gets a little sleepy, which is what happens when cats get electrocuted.
That's not, no, I don't think that's
No, that's not true.
accurate.
Well, that's what my dad told me when my childhood cat chewed through his extension cord.
Oh.
Your cat died, I think.
No, sir, he went to sleep, then he went to live on a farm, and I never saw him again.
I mean,
No.
okay, so what happens next?
Oh, well, Max is granting wishes to everybody in the world through their screens.
Most of the world doesn't speak English.
Well, okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind for trivia night, I guess. That's interesting. Anyway, it's going to be complete chaos.
No, most of the world doesn't know English. Wow.
Oh, it is?
Yep, people are killing each other with wishes. One guy gets a farm outside his apartment. People can wish for anything.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
Statistically speaking, wouldn't at least one person wish for the guy that just showed up on their TV to die or for the world to end? Wouldn't at least one person wish for world peace? What happens with that paradox?
Well, I mean, that's like a 1 in a million kind of wish, right?
There are billions of people
Yes.
in the
Oh,
world.
you're just full of fun trivia tonight. So anyway, Diana has to lasso
And he doesn't care.
this guy, but her lasso can't get through this mysterious wind around him.
Oh, wow, it's going to be tough for her to defeat him if she can't reach him.
Actually, it's going to be super
Super
easy.
easy. Barely an
inconvenience.
inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, she gets her lasso around his ankle, and then she can talk to everybody through him.
I thought she couldn't get through with that thing.
Oh, yeah, no, she couldn't, but then...
Yeah, just like that.
she could.
But how?
Unclear.
Well, okay then.
So then she tells everybody to renounce their wishes, because nothing good comes from lying.
And everybody does it.
Everybody does it, including Max Lord, who suddenly cares about his son that he's been actively ignoring the whole movie.
And so what about, like, what if someone with a terminal illness wished to be cured?
Oh, well, they would have to...
Right?
They would have to renounce that, because that's not the truth.
What if a
I mean, it's to save their own life, or like, let's just say someone they know is going through cancer, or some life-changing disease, to where they're like, I would like this to be cured, like all of cancer to be cured. Then what?
blind person wish to be able to see?
That's a shortcut to being able to see, so that's wrong.
What if somebody wished to be able to feed their starving child?
Yeah, okay, this moment only works if everybody wishes for something selfish or violent, so we're gonna have to pretend like that's the case, okay?
So what you're inferring there is literally everybody in the entire world is incredibly selfish, and nobody would wish for somebody they love to get better, or for themselves to get better. That's the logic here.
Oh, pretending is tight. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, thank God. So then Max Lord is going to go reunite with his son, who just kind of comes running out of the woods for no reason.
How did Max Lord get back from the island if he renounced all his wishes? Unclear. And what happens with Barbara?
Oh, well, she's not a cat anymore, and she's chilling, I imagine.
Okay.
Anyway, then Diana's going to have a little flirty moment with the guy who Steve was controlling. It's going to be very sweet.
He's already seen that guy naked.
Yeah, just a real sweet moment. It's going to be Christmas, too.
Yeah, I don't know if it being Christmas makes it better.
And then
No!
she looks at a balloon, and we're all done. So what do you think?
I mean, I feel like using a strange man's body is just so deeply strange and raises so many messed up questions.
Right. Well, maybe nobody will think of how weird it is.
Well, yeah, I guess that is a
No.
possibility. Okay, let's do it.
Oh dear. Okay, so let's read this here. Wonder Woman 1984 ignores some big problems with Steve Trevor's return. Wonder Woman 1984 surpasses the original in so many ways, but unfortunately fails to address some problematic aspects of Steve Trevor's return. So there was definitely a lot that he talked about here, and a lot of them that I really was thinking about was wrong with this movie, but I wanted to expand on a few things just a little bit. The thing with this guy being brought back to life. Again, as he said, she only knew him for a couple of days, and I think there was like a line somewhere along the lines where I think they were in bed together at that point where she said that, and I'm trying to remember this quote right, and I'm probably getting it wrong. Something along the lines of where she said to him, "You're the only joy in my entire life." So throughout her entire existence, she's never had an ice cream cone. That's something that would bring me joy. Never had any pizza. Never held a puppy. Held a cute little kitten. Seen somebody incredibly grateful that you saved their life, which she did a lot in this movie. A lot of people that she ended up having to save, and they were incredibly grateful. Now, when you save someone's life, you get a thankful. That's something that should bring you joy, right? And for whatever reason, that wasn't as much joy as one person she knew for a couple of days throughout her entire existence. All right, let's move on a little bit further here. Mention the fact about this plane, right? We also already talked about how there was somehow this plane in the Smithsonian was somehow all fueled up, all ready to go, and somehow he knew how to fly it, fine, and somehow she learned right then and there to make it invisible, fine. Okay, so let's just say all of those things are possible, right? Let's just not think about that. Let's get off of his back, as he would say. The amount of fuel that was in that plane, even if it was fully fueled up, right? Flying from where they did to where they ended up going, there is no way, and I actually ended up looking this up, there was no way that there was that much fuel in that plane to be able to get them to that point. So at some point in time, they would have had to refuel up somewhere. But no, they didn't. They magically not only, again, turned invisible, he knew how to fly it, but somehow they had enough gas, even though they didn't. So that's cool. And another point they really doubled down on is that so many different guys in this movie were absolute scumbags. Except for our friend here, let's just forget about him for a second. Really sort of driving that point home, the fact that she is a female superhero, that all these guys, all of them, are scumbags. And that all guys in general are scumbags. It was kind of a weird thing to do, and it was something that I didn't really feel was necessary and almost felt kind of uncomfortable to watch. And even moving on from that, this movie felt like it was more about her love for this character than just her by herself, right? Because it starts off with seeing her as a child, her learning that, cheating is not okay, cheating is not all right, but none of that has anything to do with any other part of the movie. So if they continue to build off upon that, and you can see her going through these struggles or whatever, maybe you can reference him a few different times throughout the movie, but I think Gal Gadot should be able to exist on her own, that she doesn't necessarily need a, male sidekick, so to say, that she can exist on her own because she's Wonder Woman. and she can go through these times of, you know, having doubts about her powers or having doubts about what she can do and having maybe some insecurities here or there, and then overcoming it and then being able to defeat the bad guy or bad girl in the end, instead of just constantly throwing this relationship on our face, constantly throwing Chris Pine in our face. Again, Chris Pine, I'm sure he's a great guy, great dude, but I really felt like Wonder Woman really needed to exist on her own, really need to branch off on her own, because I really thoroughly enjoyed the first Wonder Woman movie, and I was really hoping that they would build off more on that, not necessarily just really stick to the major plot of the movie, which is her love for this character. So that will do it for me in this one. And before I go, I would like to give a huge shout out to all of my supporters on Patreon: Marvin Espinoza, Cruising, and Wolverine310. Thank you guys so much. And with that being said, comment down below. Let me know what you thought about Wonder Woman 1984. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Also, if you want to see past reacts and I've done the other pitch meetings, got a nice playlist right up there full of videos for you. Share this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, your notification bell because I put up new videos every single day, and I will see you guys next time.